Yeah, this is the boat that we looked at the other day. It didn't have the top on it, but now it's got the top on it. We got all that done. These guys knock these boats out so fast. It just amazes me. In like a week, they can have a whole boat built. I don't know about painting and drying. This is another little boat they're building over here. That's a boat, paddle boat. Yeah, that just takes a few days to build one of these. The paddle. So basically like, you know, a little canoe. They'll put outriggers on right now. They're trying to push it in there and get it on there so they can. They should tie it. Yeah, that one came out. You're trying to bend it. What they did to get my wood to bend, because I had one piece of white lawa on for one of the holes, like this basic strip here, and the other one was red. The red lawa on is harder. It's more like a mahogany, and it's not as bendable. And what they did to get it to bend more, or enough to use it, was they soaked it in diesel. They took rags and put diesel on it and rubbed it all on the wood and then left it overnight, and then the next day they could bend it into the form of the hull. It still didn't bend as good as the other one did, and you can tell it because one of the holes is a little bit more narrow than the other one. So anyway, yes, it's like a little canoe. You can get you back and forth to the boat, and there is the big boat. And again, that's 19 feet, so that's basically the size of mine. The sides are lower, I think. I don't think they're small, but this is Soso, the guy one of the brothers that built my boat, and he actually won one of the big races last year. So apparently he knows how to drive a boat and build a boat and win races. So anyway, I gotta go. But I got my exhaust system there, so we have to go take all the stuff off our boat over there and and connect up the exhaust. So we will be back with more in my paradise on the Tiny Island. Paradise. Which way you want to go? Out right here. We're at the boat factory right now. There's actually more boats than this. We got the fourth one over there. They built that one is for the hand paddle racing. This one over here is going to be in a 15 horsepower, 19 feet class for racing. And this one over here, as I'm guessing, is 19. It doesn't look 19 feet. It looks shorter, but maybe 19 feet racing too. See how the front is real low like that? Usually less weight, more kind of a streamlined thing there. And this one just for fishing. The pink one is just a fishing boat that's Celso. He built my boat, him and his oldest brother. This is the middle-aged brother in the red shirt there. He's building that racing boat over there. And he also built this paddle boat. So they just go to town building these things. I don't think this boat was even here yesterday. Maybe it was. Maybe they just put in a couple of frames. But I mean, once they get going on these boats, man, they just knock them out. See, this is how they wedge them up here and then epoxy all this in. And then you go back like that. They groove this wood here. It's like a 1/4 inch wide groove and about a 1/4 inch deep, or maybe a little bit more. They have a little tooth planer like thing that's got a tooth that goes down, and they scrape it and groove it, and then they set it down on top of this plywood here. That goes in the groove and makes the curvature of this wood. Actually, this wood is not curved, but since they got it all framed up, where they're putting it onto the plywood, that makes it curve. So anyway, boat factory, Paradise. Oh, and we got to go work on hey everybody. Our boat now. We have something unique here. You may have seen this boat yesterday, and it didn't have a bottom, but today it does. And you see, it's smooth. There's no cuts. There's no cuts in it. So this is a smooth bottom boat here, which is unusual. See, that's got a cut there in the back. That's probably like, no, it's got 3 cuts. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, well, one there that you can barely see, and one at the back there. Same as mine. Mine's got 3 cuts, and this one here has none. So it's unique among all the boats. This is a separation here, but he put this down here so that it'll close that seal, because plywood's only so long. It's not 16 feet long, so they had to make a seam there. So, custom fitting everything. Everything's custom fit here. And of course, all bronze nails. They all know to use nothing but bronze nails. So anyway, I want to show you that. One slick bottom boat there. And you don't see that. There's the planer, hand planer. That's also the tool that they use with the tooth to groove that 1x3. That's kind of like the, I think of what they call that on the boats. See that? Look at that. Perfect fit. Everything's custom. Perfect fit. That's where the propeller comes out there. Hey y'all. Anyway, well, this is, as I showed you earlier, the smooth bottom boat there. See that? It's just one straight smooth bottom. There's no cuts. But over here we have the 3-cut bottom. Now this is more for racing, and they do this. This is also called stepped, and in the U.S. they're doing this stepped holes on almost everything now, because less resistance. Because what you wind up doing is getting air. Air actually sucks in here, and there's an air bubble kind of a thing here, and there's less friction in air than there is in water. So the more air you can put under your hull, the faster in theory you can go. So this is a 3-cut. This is not a racing boat. It looks like one, but it's not one. It's not intended for you. Racing is going to be for fishing. They're going to use it for fishing, but it is a 3-cut racing boat style. And you can see the 3 cuts. This is a racing boat, and it doesn't have the cuts. So I'm curious how that one is going to do. It'll just slide. This is, of course, the propeller shaft. This is, of course, the rudder shaft. And they already, I guess, put an engine in there and got the propeller angle and all that set up. They got the mounting for the engine and everything ready to go. So anyway, these are the 2, and I guess these are going to be their bamboo outriggers. Somebody's. If you're wondering how they make points on the bamboo outriggers like that, let me zoom back out. They cut a bunch of these just like this. They mark them out. You know, these V's, these marked. Okay, and he cuts those, and then gets a ring and slides it on there until they come in close, hammers it in there, and then he cuts all those and epoxies it and leaves it tied up with some maybe some nylon wire, or just leaves that ring on there, and then lets it dry, and voila, you got pointed ends, and they're all sealed up with epoxy, so you're good to go. So anyway, that is how they make those Paradise out. See how they scrape them all off and smooth them all out, and then they, oh yeah, see, they got the points epoxied. They cut V's all around it, and then they put a cone on there and squeeze it down until the V closes for their point, and then they epoxy it all up, and they got pointed bamboo for your outriggers. So anyway, that really looks like a long boat, but I think it's the same length as mine. I think it's 19. This one looks shorter here. I think this one's about 3 feet shorter. This may be about 16 or something. I'm guessing maybe more. Well, I don't know. We'll pace it off. We'll just see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 19. It's the same as that. Well, let me pace that one off. That one looks longer. Let's see. Somebody looks longer here, and I can't tell which one. So we'll just pace it off. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah, this one's longer. This is about 21 feet. So this is about 21 feet, and that's about 19 feet. So just a couple feet longer, but still, that's a pretty good sized boat. I mean, there's not much room inside, but the flat bottom like this has a wider floor, and that's more comfortable than the Costco that has like a little narrow V floor where you can't really put your feet. They do prop up bamboo shelves in there to get you off of the floor. Oh, there's the Costco hole right there, an old one. That's one they disassembled there, but these flat bottom ones, they're about 20 inches, 23 inches, 22, 21 inches wide. And this one here is about, at the widest point, about 10 inches. So you can see you got double the floor, the flat floor space. So anyway, we will be back with more boat building. See if I can get back, bring it far enough to get them out. There we go. Beautiful shot. Paradise boat building in the Philippines. Hey everybody. Out. Well, we got these boats right side up. They really look nice. They kind of look like those boats that they use in, Venice, Italy. And with the shapes and stuff, the little points and the slender and the swoopy things. Look kind of cool. So anyway, they're built. And they just slapped some paint on them. And they got the engine bracket mounted in there, which I got to do on my other hulls, but I'm looking at how they do things. And they used a lot heavier wood here on the sides. That's like a 2x3, and they used a 1x3 on mine. But I like that better, stronger, beefier stuff. Although we did beef everything up, this one's a lot beefier than mine. See, they're using bigger wood here than mine. I doubled up on everything, doubled the thickness, doubled the depth, doubled everything. So mine, after the fact, after I modified it, it's super strong, even stronger than this. But that's the way they should be doing it. That's nice work. And this is the other bit here that they finished, and you see they're the same style. Everybody does a similar style of boat. Everything is almost exactly the same. They got the see, they use the nylon with these little cross beams here. They tie these. This is metal. This is I think GI pipe here, and they get it bent somewhere. I don't know where they get it bent, but they get it bent, and then of course they flatten it, and then they again nylon it onto their outrigger, bamboo outriggers. And you saw them making these. This is the ones that were standing up right there in the glass section, and paint them, make them look good. And so they're bambooed on. See, here's a couple of short ones. I don't know what they're going to do with these short pieces, but these are big bamboo. And big bamboo is not cheap, just so you know. You can't get it, cheap. And there's the propeller. Oh, they got their engine in here, everything. It's ready to rock. That's a little Sumo Rato, I think. It's got a yellow tank. I call that a Sumo Rato if the tank is yellow, because that's Sumo Rato's colors. But anyway, in that one, they're going to put a new Sumo Rato SR, which is Sumo Racing engine. That's going to be for racing. This is just a fishing boat. They're almost identical designs, but still, they're going to race that one, and they're going to fish in this one. So they're multi-purpose. So anyway, that's what they look like when it's all said and done. And we will be back with more real fancy boats From my paradise on Italian Island. Paradise.
We're testing out a SR 150 M2 Sumo Rato, of course. 15 horsepower. This is the racing version. But brand new, pretty much out of the box. Only been ran a couple of times. Looks like it's got a larger gas tank, and it's plastic, by the way. Plastic gas tank, and I think another half a liter larger. I think it holds, maybe it holds 8 instead of 6.5. Maybe it's 1.5 liters larger. They're doing a little carburetor tuning, fine tuning here. That's the local mechanic, and he's actually pretty good. All he does, and he does all kinds of diesels and old flatheads. You name him, he works on it. These single cylinder engines here. Whoops. See if we got gas. Any gas? Yeah. Engine pretty much looks almost exactly like mine, except the gas tank is larger and plastic. Mine's plastic. You see how soft, and when you push down, it kind of goes in. There we go. And the valves, they have different kind of valves there. The valve cover is different than mine. And I don't know, piston. I think the piston might be different than the SE. Mine's a SE 150 M. This is an M2 SR 150 M2. Putting the idle adjustment and the fuel mixture. If it's good to go. Got it all fine-tuned, because one, the factory, I don't know what tune they're in, if they just make them run or what, but he does a fine-tuning to get them kind of maximized for air-fuel ratio, fuel-air mixture. There's a richness screw there, rich lane screw he adjusts, and then also the idle. Other than that, that's about it. You gotta assume that the valve adjustments is good. So, anyway, I think they're just letting it kind of run a little bit while it's brand new. I don't know why it just started speeding up. Nobody's touching anything right now, but starting to speed up a little bit all by itself. Mine does that sometimes, or has done it. I don't know if it does it now, but it has done that, where it'll just be sitting there idling and all of a sudden it starts going faster. You can see here too, you can check the oil from either side, which is nice, whichever side you got room on to check the oil or to add oil. You hear it running and every now and goes toot 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 toot. Yeah, that's I think that's a fuel problem. What I had to do on mine to not keep it from that little coughing thing is close the choke slightly, just move it over a little bit, and that created more vacuum inside the carburetor to pull more fuel in, because it was a little bit low on fuel. And they seem to all do this, I don't know why. They said under load it won't do that, but it's still a vacuum, not enough vacuum to pull enough fuel. So the jets need to be richer, larger jets would probably solve it. Whenever the next size up would, it's just a little tweak, but it totally different. It runs perfectly smooth as silk if you do that the white lever there on the top, and that's the choke. And that normally it's open, wide open, then you close it some, and that kind of makes it hard for the engine to suck air, but it creates vacuum inside of the carburetor, and that's where the jet and the fuel gets sucked in from the vacuum. There's no fuel pump on these. These are gravity feed, and the vacuum it literally sucks it out of the fuel line, or the fuel bowl. There's a bowl on the bottom of the carburetor where your floats and stuff are too. They tried doing floats adjustment, and that didn't help. It was only when you made a little more vacuum that you got the correct amount of fuel. So anyway, they may have pulled the clutch out. Oh, it looks like they pulled out the clutch. I mean, not the clutch, the governor. That plastic little